All right, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. This is shaping up to be one of the most expensive, most anticipated games ever. But the real revolution here, it isn't just about better graphics or a bigger map. Nope. It's something way more fundamental, something that could completely change how we think about open-world games. And the first clue is hiding right in plain sight. So, take a close look at this shot from the trailer. See that wooden pier pylon and notice that dark, wet band on it? The one that's sitting way above the actual waterline? You know, in any other game, you'd just write that off as a nice little artistic detail, a texture. But this is GTA 6, and that's not just a detail. It's a massive clue. It points to the core philosophy of the whole game. This is a world that remembers. That wet mark isn't just painted on. It's a high water mark. It's a physical memory left behind by a tide that's gone out. The game world isn't static. It's actively keeping track of its own history. And that one little detail, well, it opens up a technological rabbit hole that is honestly mind-blowing. Okay, so let's follow that clue down the rabbit hole. This brings us to the tech that makes that single wet mark even possible. And it's a piece of tech that Rockstar has reportedly poured an absolutely staggering amount of money into. Yeah, you're seeing that right. $300 million. That's the reported figure spent on just one single part of the game, the water physics. I know, it sounds completely absurd, but when you start to see what that investment actually buys you, you begin to understand just how ambitious they're being. And here's the magic behind it all. The game has a full-on, real-time dynamic tide system. This means the water levels across the entire world of Lanada are actually going to rise and fall over the course of a day. So that wet mark on the pier, it's there because the game's shader system literally remembers that the tide was higher a few hours ago. The world is constantly physically changing all around you. And a system like this has huge consequences for everything. We're talking about real-time flooding when a big storm rolls in. Beaches will have shorelines that actually shift as the tide comes and goes. The sand will get wet, and then you can watch it slowly dry out in the sun. Even the color of the water is going to change based on how deep it is or how much sediment gets kicked up. It's an incredible simulation, and it even affects how boats float, with advanced buoyancy that reacts to weight and waves. So, okay, the tech is amazing, we get it. But what does all this actually mean for you, the player? Well, this is where the game stops being just a beautiful backdrop, and the environment itself becomes an active player in your game. Let's break down how this all connects. It's a fair question, right? Who really cares if the sand dries realistically? Well, I'll tell you who. You will, the second a flash flood turns your perfect escape route into a raging, impassable river. The environment in GTA 6 is no longer this predictable stage for your chaos. It's an unpredictable force that you have to constantly react to. Your entire strategy is going to have to adapt on the fly. On a clear, sunny day, sure, grab that low-slung sports car. But after a big storm rolls through, that same car might stall out or get completely washed away in a flooded street. We've even seen real-world flood gauges in the trailers, hinting that some roads will just be off-limits. You'll have to think smart, grab an SUV, find a big truck, or heck, maybe you'll need an airboat just to get around. Your vehicle choice is no longer just about style or speed, it's literally about survival. Now, this obsession with a world that reacts and remembers, it's not just limited to puddles and tides. Rockstar is applying the very same philosophy to the people who live in this world, creating what is basically a digital society, all powered by some seriously groundbreaking AI. I mean, this is a massive leap forward for AI. Old game AI was basically like a background puppet, just walking the same path, repeating the same lines over and over. But GTA 6, based on Rockstar's own patents, is building something completely new. We're talking about NPCs with procedurally generated animations, so a person who's tired will walk differently than someone who's just been in a fight. They won't just follow a script, they'll make decisions based on their personality and how urgent their situation is. But this right here is the true game changer. A persistent memory system. The people in the world will actually remember you. If you cause a bunch of trouble in one neighborhood, the next time you show up, the locals will recognize you. They might get out of your way, they might yell at you, or if you really push them, they might be waiting for you the next time you roll through. Your actions have real, lasting social consequences. And this intelligence is woven into everything. The police won't just magically appear and know where you are. They'll conduct procedural searches based on witness descriptions and where you were last seen. NPCs are going to have complex schedules that change not just day to day, but week to week. And maybe craziest of all, people can record your actions on their phones, post them to in-game social media, and totally change your reputation across the entire city. So let's put it all together. You've got these two revolutionary ideas, this incredibly dynamic physical world and this intelligent, persistent social world. When you combine those two things, well, you get something that is absolutely going to set the new standard for every open-world game for the next decade. This fusion, this is what's truly revolutionary. See, it's one thing to have a city that floods. It's another thing to have a city full of people who remember you. But in GTA 6, you're going to have a city that floods, and it's going to be filled with intelligent people who have to react to that flood right alongside you, all while remembering that you're the maniac who caused all that chaos on their street last week. This creates a level of unpredictable, emergent gameplay that we have just never seen before. And the hype for this new standard is so real, it's already having a massive effect in the real world. Just check this out. After being featured in the second trailer, Spotify streams for the Pointer Sisters song Hot Together shot up by an unbelievable 182,000%. The world is so ready for a game that feels this alive. So this isn't just another sequel. It's not just an iteration, it's a fundamental shift. By creating a world where both the environment and the people in it are dynamic, unpredictable, and reactive, Rockstar is essentially building a simulation that's going to generate a unique story for every single person who plays. The game itself becomes a co-author of your experience. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? For decades, we've been playing in these amazing worlds that were, at the end of the day, just static backdrops for our stories. But GTA 6 is promising us a world that is a living, breathing character all on its own. A character with moods, with memories, and with consequences. So when that becomes the new reality, how are we supposed to play?